to strengthen this area. And as always, I'll give different variations. So just go to where it feels like it works for you. You don't feel like you need to go to the full extent of the pose today, or even doing the variation that I may take today. So let's just focus in on what we're feeling like this morning. Just taking a quick inventory of what the body's feeling, what the emotional body might be feeling, maybe what the mental body is feeling. Sitting up nice and tall, letting the palms face up, pressing shoulders back and down. So we focus within, taking that inventory for ourselves of how we're feeling this morning. As we begin to deepen our breath, let's pull that air into the heart. As we continue breathing deeply into the heart space, let's send a few words of love, comfort, right into our heart. Notice if any facial muscles are tightening, gently relaxing them with our exhales here. Moving into our robin's breath, let's bring hands together at the heart. As we inhale, we'll lengthen tall through the spine. As we exhale, let's bring fingertips forward, rounding the back. Inhale to open the arms and lift the heart. Exhale to close, bringing palms together. Inhale to center. Let's exhale to press and scoop. Inhale to open and lift. Exhale to close. Inhale to center. Let's continue on 3 more rounds, starting with your exhales. And then moving with your own breath speed here. Meeting back at heart center when you're done, we'll press thumbs against the chest. Just notice any shifts or changes in the body or mind after our robin's breath. And eyes open, we'll interlace the fingers. Let's exhale to press the palms forward. Inhale to bring knuckles back toward the chest. Exhale to press forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. This time as we inhale, we're going to lift the arms tall above the head. We'll hold here for a few breaths, relaxing shoulders down away from the ears, pulling belly button in and up, and really lengthening through the spine from the tailbone all the way to the top of the head. Remember, the chin pulls in slightly to help lengthen the back of the neck. On our next exhale, slowly move arms to the left side, keeping fingertips interlaced. We'll inhale to center. Exhale to slowly shift arms to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale left. This time focusing on pressing the right hip down toward the mat. Inhale to center. Exhale to shift arms right. Left hip presses toward the mat. Inhale to center. Exhale left, holding this one. Breathing deeply as we press the right hip down toward the mat, making sure belly button's pulled in and up. Let's inhale, arms center. Exhale to shift the arms to the right, holding here. Left hip pressing down, abdominals engaged. Nice big breath. Inhale to lift center. Exhale to slowly twist to the left side, lowering arms halfway down. Inhale to lift, untwisting. Exhale to slowly twist right, arms lower halfway. Inhale to lift. Exhale left. Inhale to lift. Exhale right. Inhale lift. Exhaling left, we're going to lower arms all the way down, but we're going to use our core to hold the twist. So relax the arms, lift through the heart, engage abdominals. As we gaze toward the right side, you're welcome to gaze over the back shoulder. We'll inhale to lift, untwisting. Exhale to slowly twist right, arms lower all the way down. With relaxed arms, let's lengthen the spine, gaze over toward the right side. Your option to gaze over the back shoulder, keeping belly button pulled in and up. And breath deep here, all the way to the bottom of the lungs. We'll inhale to slowly lift the arms. Exhale to release down by the sides. Let's move any props we may be using underneath us. We'll take feet forward for our boat pose. We'll take hands underneath the knees, rolling shoulders back and down. We'll slowly shift back. Maybe you shift to where feet are just barely touching the mat. You can stay there, keeping heart lifted, knees squeezing toward each other. Or you can start lifting the feet so that the shins come closer to parallel to the mat. If it feels comfortable to lift the legs so shins are parallel to the mat, you can try that. Maybe even straightening the legs all the way. Just working where you feel comfortable today. It's still kind of early, so just be mindful and honor your body and mind. As we exhale, slowly lower the feet, bringing the feet to hip distance. And then palms come flat by our sides, maybe using knuckles with thumbs forward if that feels better to your wrists. As we inhale, we'll lift the hips tall toward the sky. Then exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We're going to grab a block here. Bring it in between the knees, and we're going to squeeze the block in between the knees here. And this time as we lift the hips, we'll hold for 3 big breaths. Chin can stay tucked or the head can roll back. Squeezing the block here. Pressing heels into the mat. And then we'll exhale to lower. Let's move the block. Bring the feet over to one side. Take hands forward so you find your tabletop pose. And bringing wrists underneath the shoulders, fingertips spread wide, knees underneath the hips, with the feet aligned with the knees. And engaging the core here, pulling the belly button toward the spine, pressing hands into the mat so you're engaging the shoulders, and making sure that you're not tucking the tailbone too much here or lifting the tailbone too much, but it's right in line with the rest of the spine. And trying to keep that engagement through the core, we're slowly going to lengthen the left leg back. So nice and slowly reach it back, keeping that engagement and the left hip aligned with the right. And then your option to extend the right arm forward, thumb facing up. We'll take a few breaths here. Maybe you feel a little bit of shaking. That's just the muscles contracting and releasing, firing up. Being mindful, and taking a break if you need it, but continuing to breathe deeply, bringing fresh oxygen to the muscles and the brain. We'll slowly lower. Let's take a few cat and cows here. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, gaze up. Exhale to round the back, tuck the tailbone, chin to the chest. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, gaze up. Feel free to tuck the toes here. See how that feels. Exhale, round the back, tuck the tailbone, chin to the chest. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, gaze up. Last one, exhale to your cat. And finding a neutral spine again, untucking the toes if you decided to tuck them. Let's engage the core, hands pressing into the mat. And we'll slowly lengthen the right leg back, trying to keep the right hip aligned with the left as we slowly lift the leg. And your option to extend your left arm forward, thumb facing up. Nice big breaths here. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of heat in the body now. So we're warming up. And slowly lower hand and knee. This time we'll do a moving cat and cow. So again, you're welcome to tuck the toes. We'll inhale to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, gaze up. As we exhale, we'll round the back, tuck the tailbone, and bring hips back toward the heels. Inhale, come to your cow. Moving shoulders forward, dropping belly, lifting the tailbone. Exhale to round the back, tuck the tailbone, bring hips to the heels. One more time. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Shifting hips back toward the heels. If your toes are still tucked, go ahead and untuck them. So we move into Bhaktasana, reaching arms forward so the forehead lowers closer to the mat. We'll take a few breaths here. Your option to widen the knees or use a prop underneath your forehead. And slowly lifting to a tabletop pose. We're going to shift over to the right side. So you can sit your right hip on the mat here. Lower your right elbow down. Palm can be flat or your right thumb can face up. And we're going to extend the legs out, straightening them, and then lifting the hips. So your left hand can stay on the mat here or reach tall toward the sky for side plank. Another option is to stagger your feet. So you have a wider base here. To take it a little bit more challenging, maybe you lift that top leg. So work where you feel comfortable today. You can keep breathing, keeping that bottom side of your body that's closest to the mat active. And we'll slowly lower the right hip and we'll switch to the other side. So I stay facing forward. I'm going to switch the side of the mat I'm on. You can just flip over to the other side. So left elbow down, our palm can be flat or thumb can face toward the sky. Straightening the legs out. We'll slowly lift the hips off the mat. Your option to keep the right hand down for more stability. Maybe lift the arm tall. You can stagger your feet for more of a base or lift the top leg for more of a challenge. Nice deep breaths here, keeping that bottom side of the body active. And we'll slowly lower the hip. Let's take both palms flat, lowering the belly to the mat. And we'll begin to lift from the top of the spine all the way to the bottom so that we come into cobra pose. Really using back muscles to hold us up, pulling elbows close to the body and dropping shoulder blades down the back. As we exhale, we'll move through tabletop, tuck the toes and lift the tailbone to downward facing dog. We'll pedal the heels a few times here. Your option to adjust along your mat. And pressing the left heel down. Let's inhale to lift the right heel back and up. Exhale to squeeze the knee toward the chest, shoulders come over the wrists. Inhale to lift the right heel tall. Exhale to squeeze. You're welcome to lower your left knee. Inhale, lift the right heel back and up. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, lift. We'll exhale to lower the foot this time. Inhale forward to plank pose, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's inhale the left heel back and up. Exhale to squeeze the knee toward the chest. Remember that option to lower the right knee. Inhale to lift the left heel. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to lift. This time we'll lower the foot as we exhale. Inhale forward to plank, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. We'll inhale the right heel back and up. Exhale forward to lunge pose. Finding knee right over the ankle. When you're ready, we'll reach the arms forward, finding lightning bolt. If you need to adjust so that the stance is wider, or maybe you need to narrow it up, bringing that back foot forward, just try to keep the front knee right over the ankle. As we exhale, we're going to sweep the arms back, reaching fingertips toward the back heel, and then inhale to sweep arms forward again. Exhale to slowly swim the arms back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. We'll hold here with the option to clasp the hands and straighten the arms or reach for a strap, bringing the strap in between the hands. Another option is to drop the back knee. We are hovering over our front leg here, so we're not tall yet with the chest. See what happens if you press the right heel into the mat. And we'll exhale to lower both palms flat. Inhale, right foot back to plank, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's inhale, left heel back and up. Exhale, forward to lunge pose. Knee right over the ankle here, lowering the hips slightly. When you're ready, reaching the arms forward. Always that option to bring the back knee to the mat. And adjusting if you need to. On our next exhale, we'll swim the arms back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Holding here. Again, fingertips reaching toward the back heel. Or maybe you clasp the hands or reach for your strap. So you make it a heart opener. Making sure belly button's pulled toward the spine. Breath is deep and steady. And let's press our left heel into the mat. See if that changes the pose at all for you. We'll exhale to lower both palms flat. Inhale, left foot back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's inhale the right heel back and up. Exhale to lunge pose. Bring the knee right over the ankle, sitting hips low. With the option to bring the back knee to the mat, we'll inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, lower hands to the heart. We're slowly going to twist it to the right. Holding here. Twisted low lunge. So as we twist, we're still extending the spine tall, relaxing shoulders, maybe even pressing the hands together to encourage the shoulders to activate a bit more. Keeping them relaxed down though. So even though we're activating them, they're still down, not close to the ears. Holding a drishti or a gazing point. Breathe. Actively pulling the air all the way to the bottom of the lungs. Maybe pressing through the right heel again. We'll exhale to lower, palms flat. Inhale, right foot back to plank, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale to downward facing dog. We'll inhale the left heel back and up. Exhale, forward to lunge pose. Knee right over the ankle with that option to lower the back knee. We'll inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll slowly twist it left. So holding this twist, keeping spine extended, abdominals engaged, and pressing palms together. Our shoulders are down away from the ears. Pressing through the left heel. See how that may change the pose for you. We'll exhale to lower, palms flat. Inhale, left foot back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And we're gonna bend the knees halfway toward the mat. Taking a few breaths into the low back. Let's try pressing hands down and forward so we lengthen tall through the tailbone. Gazing forward, on our inhale, we'll jump or walk forward to Uttanasana. Standing forward fold, let's grab elbows and shift left and right. Releasing elbows. If there's a block close, go ahead and grab it. And we'll bend the knees and slowly round the back up. Press shoulders back and down at the top. If the block is further away, go ahead and grab it. We're going to bring the feet hip distance. Actually, you may need to bring it a little closer depending on your leg. So just as needed, we're going to bring the block in between our knees. And then we'll inhale to sweep the arms out and up. As we exhale, we'll sit back into chair pose, holding the block in between the knees. And you're welcome to tuck the tailbone slightly here, helping to protect the lower vertebrae. Make sure to keep the heart lifted, belly button pulled in and up. And most of the weight should be in the heels. So if you feel yourself kind of shifting forward, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. So if you feel yourself kind of shifting forward into the toes, see if you can shift back, almost as if you're about to sit into a chair. And then lengthen up a bit more. As we hold for a few more breaths, you're welcome to take arms to the sides for cactus or bring hands together at the heart. So we inhale, let's lift, find a slight back bend at the top, and we'll exhale to swan dive forward. Let's bring the block to the mat in front of us. You can use it underneath the hands, if that works, or maybe just bring hands to the mat. We're going to slowly lift the heart so we can find a flat back. And again, you can use your block here, bringing hands to maybe the taller part of the block, if that works. Just adjusting for yourself so you can find a nice neutral spine. Sometimes we need a couple of blocks so you can stack another underneath the first block. You need to lift a little taller. We'll pull the belly button in, reach from the tailbone to the top of the head. So we're decompressing the spine here. Remember, chin is tucked in slightly, so we're lengthening the back of the neck. Sometimes when we reach tall through the spine, we lift the chin, thinking that that helps us to get taller or longer. That's actually crunching the upper vertebrae in the neck. So we want to tuck the chin so we're decompressing those vertebrae. And we'll shift the weight into our right foot. Make sure the toes are facing straight forward. And we'll extend the left leg back nice and slowly, just like we did in our bird dog at the beginning of class. And lifting the leg just halfway. And then we'll press through either the heel of our left foot or the ball of the left foot, whichever feels best to help activate the leg. We'll try to find an inner rotation with our leg, lifting the inner thigh toward the sky. Really press through the right heel of that standing foot. We'll take a couple of more breaths, pulling belly button to the spine, reaching the top of the head away from the heel. We'll exhale to lower. We'll fold it forward so you can move your blocks if you'd like. We'll grab elbows, shift left and right. Releasing hands and finding our blocks again, whichever works for you to find that flat back. Pulling belly button in and extending through the spine, tucking the chin slightly. When you're ready, shift the weight over to the left foot, making sure the toes are facing straight forward. And we'll extend our right leg back nice and slowly. We want to keep hips aligned. And then pressing through the right heel or the ball of the foot, your choice. Come back to the abdominals, make sure they're engaged. Reach through the spine and breathe. We'll slowly lower right foot to the mat, moving any props we're using. Let's grab elbows and shift left and right. Our Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Releasing elbows. Slowly going to bring the feet wide to a squat distance, a garland pose distance. And as we lower the hips, you can bring arms in front of you to help with balance, or maybe slide a prop underneath you for stability. And then once you're ready, try bringing hands to the heart. If that destabilizes you, you can bring the arms forward again. Then we'll begin to lengthen through the spine, whether hands are together or forward. Really trying to press shoulders back and down, reaching the top of the head up toward the sky. And if hands are together, maybe you try lowering hands down. Releasing hands to the mat. Let's slowly lift the tailbone, heel toeing the feet back to hip distance. Let's shake the head yes and no. And bending the knees, pressing the feet firmly into the mat. Let's inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll take 2 deep breaths here, pressing thumbs against the chest. Bring arms out to a T. Shift the weight over to our left foot. As we inhale, we'll lift the right knee. Exhale to press the foot forward. Inhale to bend the knee again. This time as we exhale, we'll press the foot back, hinging forward, warrior 3. Inhale to slowly lift. Exhale to press the foot forward. You're welcome to come to a wall with your left hand for more stability. Inhaling to bend the knee again. Exhale, press the foot back, hinge forward to warrior 3. Inhale to lift. Exhale to press the foot forward. Inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale to press and hinge forward for warrior 3. One more time. Inhaling to lift the chest and knee. Exhale, press the foot forward. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale to press the foot back, hinge forward. Let's lower the foot down, folding to Uttanasana. You can shake the head yes and no, or grab elbows and shift left and right, your choice. Remember, you can also bend your knees in Uttanasana. Releasing elbows if you're holding them, pressing feet firmly into the mat. Let's inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll take 2 deep breaths. Bringing arms to a T. We'll shift the weight over to our right foot. Your option to step off the mat or come to a wall with your right hand. We'll inhale to lift the left knee. Exhale to press the foot forward. Inhale, bend the left knee again. Exhale to shift the foot back, hinging forward for warrior 3. Inhale to slowly lift, chest and knee. Exhale, press the foot forward. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, shift the foot back, hinging forward. Inhale, slowly lift. Exhale, push the foot forward. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, push the foot back and hinge forward. Let's lower all the way down, finding Uttanasana. Shake the head yes and no, or grab elbows and shift left and right. Releasing elbows if you're holding them. With knees bent, let's slowly round the back up this time. Pressing shoulders back and down at the top. Moving into eagle pose. We'll inhale to open the arms wide, palms facing up. Exhale, left arm over right, grabbing shoulders here. We'll walk the hands back to deepen our stretch. Your option to lift the hands for eagle arms or keep the hands at the shoulders. And we'll slowly shift the weight over to our left foot. Again, making sure toes are facing straight forward. Lifting the right knee, let's wrap the leg around our standing leg. And maybe sitting back into the heel as we lower the hips. Or maybe even bringing the right toes to the mat for more stability. So do what works for you, but make sure abdominals are engaged, spine is lengthened, and breath is steady. As we inhale, let's open wide, lifting the heart. Exhale to fold it forward. You can shake the head yes and no, or grab elbows and shift left and right. If feet are a bit wide, bring them back to hip distance. We'll bend the knees and round the back up, pressing shoulders back and down at the top. Moving into eagle pose on the other side, we'll inhale, arms wide, palms facing up. Exhale, right arm over left, grabbing shoulders, walking the hands back. Your option to stay here or lift the hands for full eagle arms. And shifting the weight over to our right foot, let's slowly lift the left knee, wrapping the leg around our standing leg. Your option to sit back a bit, bending into the knees, or maybe lowering the left toes to the mat for more stability. For each side's a little bit different, so pay attention to what works on this side. Pull the belly button in and up. As we inhale, let's open wide, lifting the heart. Exhale to fold it forward. Again, shaking the head yes and no, or grabbing elbows and shifting left and right. If you're not at the top of your mat, go ahead and make your way there. We'll slowly step our left foot back to a lunge pose. And holding here, left hand will come flat on the mat or prop. Right arm will lift tall. Finding our twisted lunge, always that option to lower the back knee. We're going to try shifting the weight over to our right foot. Actively press the right heel into the mat. And try lifting your left hand off of your blocker mat. Maybe you just lift for a second and lower back down, working dynamically. Or if you'd like to hold the pose statically, you can lift that hand and hold. Keeping the gaze on the mat will help with our balance and stability. As you feel that you can move into the pose a little deeper or challenge yourself even more, maybe you take the gaze over toward the right side or up toward the right fingertips. As we exhale, we'll slowly lower, moving any props we might have been using. If the back knee is down, tuck the toes, and we'll step the left foot forward to Uttanasana. Let's wrap the arms behind the legs, bringing the chest as close to the tops of the legs as we can, bending the knees if we need to in order to get the chest to touch them. Nice big breaths all the way down the spine here. Releasing the hands to the mat. Let's step the right foot back to a lunge pose. Right hand will stay down, mat or block. Left arm lifts. Remember that option to drop the back knee. And pressing the left foot firmly into the mat, shifting the weight over all the way to the foot, releasing that right hand from the mat for just a second or two, or maybe holding for the duration of this pose. Finding your gazing point up toward the left hand, toward the left side of your body, or down toward the mat for more stability. As we exhale, we'll slowly lower. Moving any props you're using, tucking the back toes if the back knee was down, we'll step the right foot forward to Uttanasana, wrapping arms behind the legs, bringing the chest as close to the tops of the legs as we can, bending the knees if we need to, and breathing all the way down the spine. Releasing hands to the mat. Let's step the left foot back to a lunge pose, right foot back to plank, and we'll exhale to lower all the way to the mat. Let's gaze over toward the left side, releasing arms down. And bringing the gaze. There we go. Bringing the gaze center again. The mic is not working here. There we go. So bringing our gaze center, let's release arms off the mat. So lifting arms, chest, and then finally the legs for Shalabhasana or locust pose. Let's squeeze the arms and legs toward the center line of the body. As we inhale, let's open the arms and legs out. Exhale to squeeze close. Inhale to open. Exhale, squeeze them close to the center line of the body. Inhale to open. Exhale, close. Let's slowly lower all the way down, gazing to the right side of the body this time, completely relaxing all the muscles. Bringing our gaze center again, palms flat by the chest. Let's lift to a tabletop pose. And then we're going to take one elbow down to the mat at a time. And you're welcome to keep the palms flat here or clasp the hands. The important thing is to make sure your elbows are stacked right underneath your shoulders. And then we'll slowly extend one leg back, coming to our toes, and then the other leg for plank on our elbows. Keeping abdominals engaged. Even the quads are engaged. Elbows actively pressing down into the mat. Always the option to drop your knees and do plank pose with the knees. As we exhale, we're going to walk the feet toward us. So if your knees are down, walk your knees toward you so tailbone lifts. And as we inhale, let's walk the feet back, lowering the hips for plank. Exhale to walk the feet forward, moving to dolphin. Inhale, walk the feet back. The entire time your elbows are pressing into the mat. Exhale, walk the feet forward. As you're pressing elbows and walking feet forward, heart should pull back toward the ankles. One more, inhaling feet back. Exhale, walk the feet forward. Inhale back. We'll lower the body all the way to the mat, releasing arms by our sides. Let's gaze over to the left, completely relaxing the body. And bringing our gaze center again, let's slowly lift to our tabletop. And tucking the toes, let's lift the tailbone to downward facing dog. Pressing hands down forward, really reaching through the tailbone here. Pressing heels toward the mat. Remember, they don't have to touch the mat. We're just reaching them down toward the mat. We'll inhale to lift the right heel back and up. Exhale to your pigeon pose. Knee flat on the mat in between the hands. Untucking the back toes, let's lengthen the left leg back. Your option to use a prop underneath the right hips. We're going to move into twisted pigeon here. So using that block may be really helpful in our twisted pigeon. Left hand will stay down. You can bring a prop underneath the left hand as well. And as we bend the back knee, we want to make sure we're on the top of the back knee. So if you feel yourself on one side of the knee, shift over a bit. So you're right on the top of the knee. If you need to, you can bring something underneath the knee to soften the mat. And then bending our back knee, right hand will reach back to grab the foot. If you can't quite reach the foot, use a strap. Making a little loop with your strap, you'll kind of lasso the foot and hold there. We want to make sure spine is extended, abdominals engaged, and your option to start gazing toward the right side or over the back arm. We'll slowly release, lowering elbows down either to props or all the way down to the mat. You're welcome to adjust a bit here. Maybe reaching your left leg back a bit more or pulling the right foot forward. You can also widen the elbows here so the chest lowers closer to the mat. You can use a block to support the head and neck. Just moving as deep into this pose as it feels good to you this morning. And slowly lifting. Let's move any props we might have been using. With palms flat on either side of the knee. We'll tuck the back toes and send the right heel tall toward the sky. Let's rotate through the right ankle, pressing the left heel down. And rotate the opposite direction. Lowering the foot, we'll inhale the left heel back and up. Exhale to your pigeon pose. And tucking the back toes, let's lengthen the right leg back. Again, that option to use props underneath your left hip or maybe underneath your right hand. And as we bend the back knee, left hand will reach back. Again, we're making sure that right knee is facing toward the mat, not toward the sides of our mat. And then using your strap to wrap around the foot. You can't quite grab the foot yet. Reaching tall through the spine. Your option to gaze forward toward the left side of the body or back over your left shoulder. We'll slowly release, lowering elbows down to your props, maybe all the way to the mat. With that option to widen the elbows so the chest and forehead lower closer to your mat. Slowly lifting. Let's move any props we might be using. And tucking the back toes. Let's lift our left heel tall toward the sky, rotating through the left ankle. And pressing the right heel down toward the mat. Rotate the opposite direction. Lowering the foot. Let's bring knees to our mat. Sitting hips back toward the heels, we'll come into our Baktasana with that option to widen the knees or use a prop underneath your forehead. Let's walk the hands over toward the right side of the body. We'll stack our left hand on top of the right. And we'll take the breath all the way down the left side of the body, moving into our left hip. Let's walk the hands over toward the left side of the body. This time, right hand will stack on top of the left. We'll take the breath all the way down the right side of the body, breathing into the right hip. Bringing the hands center. We'll slowly lift the chest, taking a deep inhale as we lift. And exhale to press shoulders back and down. Sitting over toward the left side of the heels, we're going to swing the feet toward the right side, but keep them still to the right. Don't swing them all the way forward yet. And we'll take our left foot to the right knee, and the right foot will be kind of close to our right hip. So we're bending our knees over toward the left side here. You're welcome to use a prop underneath you. This is especially helpful if your right hip is not touching the mat. And reaching nice and tall through the spine here. We're slowly going to start twisting over toward the left side. See how that feels. If it works to bring your right hand to the outside of the knee to deepen the twist, you can do that. Or maybe the back hand presses into the mat or the prop that you're using. And really reaching tall through the spine here. We'll slowly untwist. And switching sides, we'll swing the feet over toward the left side. So our right foot comes to the left knee. Our left foot is close to the left hip. Maybe adjusting the prop if you were using it. And reaching tall through the spine. Let's begin to slowly twist over toward the right side. That option to bring your left hand on the outside of the right knee to encourage the twist. Back hand can press into the mat or prop to help lengthen the spine even more. And we'll follow the breath all the way down into the lungs, lengthening on our inhales, relaxing shoulders through our exhales. We'll inhale to slowly untwist and bring the legs forward. You're welcome to continue using the prop as we come into bound angle. Bring soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can grab the big toes, maybe the outsides of the feet if that feels good, or use a strap if it's not comfortable to grab the toes or feet, keeping spine lengthened. We'll try to pull the elbows close to the body so they're not out. And then we'll begin to hinge forward, keeping a flat back here, really feeling the pelvis rotate forward as you come forward, and maybe just moving forward an inch or two. Once you find your edge, press the knees down toward the mat. Continue to lengthen through the spine as you press the knees down, so you're moving in opposite directions, the knees and the head. And we'll inhale to slowly lift. Releasing the strap. If you were using it, we'll bring the legs wide for a wide straddle, a wide angle. And again, you can still use your prop here if that helps to straighten the spine. We're going to bring our hands forward, either on a prop or just flat on your mat. We'll begin to walk the hands forward, keeping the spine extended again, just like in our bound angle, and hinging at the hips. Keeping the toes up toward the sky. Sometimes they rotate forward as you come forward. We want to keep them up so that we're stretching deeper to the inner legs, the adductors, the psoas muscle, that deep muscle in the hips. And just coming forward where it feels like a good stretch. Maybe you bring elbows onto props. Maybe you just keep arms straight, pressing into the floor. It also works to bring hands behind you, pressing into the floor or props to lengthen the spine. So if that works better for you, you can try that. As we inhale, we'll slowly lift the chest. As we exhale, let's bend the knees and slowly pull the knees together. Let's find the center of our mat, making sure we have plenty of room behind us. And today, as we round our back down, we're going to take the prop in between the knees and squeeze the prop as we round down. So you can still use knees to help you lower, or even elbows. You can also bring arms out by your sides. And once the back is flat on the mat, we'll pull the heels close to the glutes so they're stacked underneath the knees, but still squeezing the block here. And as we inhale, we'll slowly lift the hips toward the sky, still holding on to our block. We'll exhale to lower again. Inhale to slowly lift the hips, moving into bridge pose. Exhale to lower again. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift and hold for 3 big breaths. Your option, though, to continue working dynamically, lowering and lifting. You can also grab hands underneath the back if you're Holding the hips tall, maybe rolling one shoulder at a time underneath the back. We'll take one more breath here. If you're clasping hands, you can release them, roll shoulders from underneath the back. We'll round the back down. Removing the block, let's squeeze both knees into the chest and shift left and right. Bringing it center, we'll take the right ankle to our left knee, weaving the right arm in between the legs. Let's grab the top of the left knee or underneath the knee, wherever we can bring the back flat on the mat again. As we hold here, let's make sure our tailbone is pressing down toward the mat. Sometimes when we lift our legs, the tailbone lifts with them. We want to actively press it back to the mat. Let's rotate through our left ankle. Rotate the opposite direction. Releasing arms out to a T, palms facing up. We'll lower the legs to the left side with the option to use a prop underneath the foot or leg. And gaze can stay straight up toward the sky, or you can start moving the gaze over toward the right side, or even toward the right fingertips. Engaging abdominals, and slowly bring the knees center. Then we'll switch, taking the left ankle to our right knee, weaving the left arm in between the legs. Let's grab on top of the right knee or underneath the right knee. And bring the back flat on the mat. And then pressing the tailbone down. Let's begin to rotate through the right ankle. And rotate the opposite direction. Releasing arms to a T, palms facing up. Let's lower the legs to the right side. Maybe using a prop again underneath the foot or leg. And then gazing up, slightly toward the left side, or all the way toward the left fingertips. Engaging abdominals, we'll slowly bring the knees center, releasing both feet flat on our mat. Let's extend the left leg all the way down and then pull the right knee into the chest. And with our left hand, we'll take the knee across the body. Again, your option to use a prop underneath the knee. And then with the right arm out to a T, palm facing up, you can adjust this twist with the bottom leg, bending it to release the twist or relax the twist. Or you can straighten the bottom leg to deepen the twist, maybe even tucking your left hip underneath you a bit more. Again, gazing up, slightly toward the right side or all the way toward the right fingertips. And slowly bringing the leg center. We're going to find our strap and wrap it around the arch of our right foot. We'll send the right foot tall toward the sky. And taking both sides of the strap into our right hand, we're going to open the leg to the outside of the body. And you can push your left hip down with your left hand, or just keep it there to make sure your hip stays on the mat. You're welcome to use a prop underneath the right leg for support, or maybe even adjust the grip on your strap further away from the foot or closer to the foot. We'll slowly bring the leg center again, releasing the strap. Let's squeeze the knee into the chest for 3 big breaths. Your option to lift the chest toward the knee. If you lift the chest, make sure shoulders stay relaxed. We'll slowly release, straightening the right leg next to the left, and then pulling the left knee into the chest. Our right hand will take the left knee across the body. Your option to use your prop again underneath the knee. The left arm will come out to a T, palm facing up. And then again, there's options to bend or straighten the bottom leg, maybe even tuck the right hip underneath you. Just adjusting the twist for this side. And slowly bring the knee center. Finding our strap again, we'll wrap it around the arch of our left foot, sending the heel tall toward the sky. Grabbing both sides of the strap with our left hand, slowly begin to open the leg to the outside of the body. Right hand can come to the right hip to make sure it stays down. You can also use a prop underneath the leg for support. And you can adjust the hand closer to the foot along your strap or further away. And we'll breathe. And slowly lifting the leg center. Let's release the strap. Bending the knee into the chest for 3 big breaths with that option to lift the chest toward the knee, making sure shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears. We'll slowly release, straightening the left leg next to the right. Let's move away any props that may be touching the body and causing distraction. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place it over the eyes. And make any last adjustments to get comfortable here. Let's begin to deepen the breath. And sending the breath right into your heart space again. Visualizing a white light radiating from the center of your heart. And with each breath, it radiates a little further out until it touches every inch of your body. On our next inhale, let's reach the arms above the head, pointing through the toes. We'll exhale to relax the body. Inhale to reach fingertips to toes. Exhale to relax. And bending the knees, let's bring the feet flat on our mat. If you're using an eye pillow, you can take it off the face. And we'll slowly roll over to the left side of the body. And take a breath here. And when you're ready, slowly press yourself up to an easy cross-legged pose. Again, you can use a prop underneath you. So you sit up nice and tall. Let's press the shoulders back and down. And closing the eyes, let's bring our focus to the body and mind. And notice any shifts, changes, differences from the beginning of our practice. And thank and honor yourself for making time out of your morning to practice yoga, to nourish your body, mind, and spirit. And opening the eyes. Let's inhale to sweep the arms out and up, palms touch the top. Exhale to lower fingertips to the mat, chin to the chest. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower hands to the heart. Namaste.